Hello, Appreciative Traveler here. I apologize, you're going to notice this video is a little out of order, but I noticed after viewing the video that I had missed a couple of comments and questions from the last video I had. So I just want to cover them real quick if you'll bear with me. One is in regards to the lighthouse, the beautiful lighthouse show. Our rooms were 10083 and 10085. You could not see the lighthouse from our balcony, so obviously you could not see the lighthouse show from the balcony. However, I strongly encourage you to be on the beach anyways. It's so cool to watch the lighthouse show from the beach at night in basically the Bahamas. So encourage you to do that. Our internet speed was another question. Internet speed for me was perfectly fine. Again, all I used it for is to watch the videos from the camera. Someone was watching our dogs at home and I just wanted to see them coming in and out of the house and just to see that they were okay. So I used that. Absolutely no lag. So it was perfect for me. I did check with my stepsons, however, because I figured they'd probably use it a little more. And they did say it was a bit slow, but they were able to use it just fine. And they said it was bearable for being on a cruise ship, because how much are you going to use it? So that's our take on the internet speed. Internet on the island. Last video, I said we had no internet on the island, which was true. However, silly me, I figured it out this time. You actually have to go into your Wi-Fi settings once you get off the ship and sign into the MSC island hotspot. Then if you have an internet package, you have to go into the MSC Wi-Fi webpage and sign in there, just like you did when you initially were on the ship. Then when you get back on the ship, you have to go back into your Wi-Fi settings and sign back into the MSC ship hotspot, and then back into the MSC Wi-Fi webpage and sign into your internet package that you have then. And then we had internet service on the island and we were able to keep in touch with each other. We actually kept in touch via Facebook Messenger, as it was just easy, as I was the only one that had the MSC app. And so all of us just used Facebook Messenger and it worked out just fine to keep in touch. So that's our take on that. One other thing I wanted to mention, since I am doing an update, I wanted to make something really clear, as I don't know how clear it is in the video. I did not choose the rooms that we had. Due to a family necessity, we had to have an adjoining room that was just non-negotiable. And so MSC did assign us those rooms. We did not choose those handicap accessible rooms. So I just want to make that very clear. We did have an absolute need for the adjoining room, and that's how that all happened. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Hello, Appreciative Traveler here. We just got back from our second cruise on the beautiful MSC Meraviglia. If you watched my other video, you'll know that when we cruised last time, the ship was about a third full, and it was just my husband and I. This time we took the kids and we went during March break, and the ship was at 100% capacity. So it was definitely a different experience, and I want to give you the goods and the things that I think that perhaps could be worked on, and maybe that are unavoidable on a ship that is as full as we had it. There were 4,500 passengers. That's just passengers, not including crew. So it was packed, and it was definitely noticeably busier, and rightly so, because of the packed ship. So I just want to give you some thoughts on what I saw, and hopefully it will help you out. So I have been on one other cruise line during spring break, and so I was pretty sure, and told my family as well, that we would need to pack our patients because of the ship being full. However, as you'll see in my montage of videos at the end, that did not apply to the embarkation process. It went very smooth. I was told by the check-in desk that this is a new process, that they're putting a time and they're sticking to that time that is on your ticket, that you are to be at the terminal no earlier than, and you have an hour within that time frame to get there. I was told they're sticking to that. I really don't know how much that's enforced, but it definitely worked. We got there and you'll see there was there was no lineup. It was fantastic. We basically got in line, walked up, and then of course you do still sit to wait for your group number to be called. I think that took maybe about 20 minutes, something like that. And we got on, it was extremely smooth. So that part was really nice. One tip I will give you that we learned from the previous cruise, we actually went with the car to drop our luggage off and then tried to get back to the parking garage. And it was a little crazy then with a lot of cars, and we got in the wrong line somehow. And we ended up going in a different direction. It took us a half an hour to get back around because it was stop and go traffic to get back into the parking garage. So that wasted too much time. So this time, if you're able to swing it, because we each only had one roll-on luggage for a 3-night cruise. So we went straight to the parking lot. We all took our luggage, rolled it over, checked it in, and it was so much smoother. There was no waiting. So just one little tip. So the area that really showed up and noticeably that it was a full ship and was busy were the lines, naturally. So on the island, the line for the buffet, you'll see in my video as well, was very, very long. If you didn't get there early, I believe it's opens at 11:30, something like that. Any later than that, the line did get long. However, you'll see a little tip in my video at the end to avoid that. The line for the ice cream ended up being very long as well. And if you wanted to just wait in line and get it, we actually got it the first day when we got on board, and it was good. Got to put your toppings on it. My stepson got some sprinkles, and no waiting to speak of when you first got on the ship. After that, we really didn't need it. There's so many great options for desserts at the marketplace, buffet, as well as at dinner. So it really wasn't a big deal for us. But if you do want that free ice cream, be prepared to wait in line if you don't go on that very first day when you embark. The other area that got pretty busy, again, rightly so, was spring break, is the kids area, or the arcade that has the Formula One, the 3D coaster, and the bowling alley. So it did get pretty busy. Again, the first day was not that bad, and poor planning on my part. I should have booked the bowling that very first day. So heads up, if you want to bowl, get in there early, because it did book up and we were not able to bowl. But again, that would have been some planning on my part. We did get the prepaid $80 fun card that gives you $140 to use on board, and it can be used, it goes on one card, but you can use it for the whole family, which is what we did. We did end up leaving about $20 on there, but if we had had the bowling, we would have used that up. So again, just make sure to plan. And one little tidbit I'm going to give you on that as far as planning goes. If you are bringing kids that can read, one thing that I found after the cruise is that they didn't look at the daily planner. And I will have some pictures of the daily planner at the end as well. But I would encourage, and I wish I had done this, because we did what we thought they would like, but then they really didn't know what else was going on in the ship. And so you can't get that time back. And I don't know how often we'll be able to take them, hopefully again soon, but I don't know. And it goes by really, really fast. So when they deliver that daily planner, maybe over dinner, take a look at it, discuss what you guys would like to do. And I think, although we had a fantastic time, I think it would have been even better if we had included them in some of those decisions. Since we're talking about kids, they had a fantastic time on the water slides, and it wasn't too bad. You go and get your wristband. That lineup was probably the longest, and then other than that, you just have to wait for the tubes. They've got 2 tube rides and one where you go bareback, I guess you might say, without a tube, and they had a blast doing that. I think all afternoon on the island day, they were hanging out there, so that was pretty cool. The other thing is the teen club, and it looked fantastic. No adults allowed, so couldn't go in, but you can see there's video games, there's a small little pool table, and the teens seemed like they were having a fantastic time. We didn't utilize I think it's the younger club at all, but I could hear them in there having a blast, and they had some activities for them and seemed like they were having a lot of fun. Okay, last tidbit that I can think of for the kids. There is a store that has MSC logo stuff, and it has Legos, which my stepson absolutely loved. And we were able to get 3 sets of Legos for 50% off because we bought a bundle, and it was actually much cheaper than buying them in the store here. So the 1 set that we got, if we would have bought it here, covered all 3 sets of the Legos. Double check that with the cashier before you get it. I'm not sure if that was a special that they were having, but he said because we got a bundle, that's why we got the discount. So a little tip, my stepson, when there really wasn't anything to do late at night for him, built those Legos, had a little MSC cruise ship was one of them, and had a blast doing that. For entertainment for all of us, we did do the Rock Circus show, which is like a Cirque du Soleil show. Everybody absolutely loved it. Highly recommend it. We did the Houdini on the last one. We liked that one too, but we thought for the kids that they would appreciate the Rock Circus show the best, and we really enjoyed that. We certainly did the white party, and we all danced, and we did the beach party after the lighthouse show on the beach on the island at Ocean Key, and everyone had fun doing that. So there's a lot of things for families just to do together, and I think it was a nice time to create some memories together as a family. Okay, so one other thing we did while the youngest went on the water slides, and I think the arcade as well, is we took advantage of the Oria Thermal Spa again. With my gold card that I have for the Voyagers Club, I get an hour of the Oria Thermal Spa for free. And then the other 2, so my husband and my older stepson, because it is 18 and over, are about $27 a piece for the hour, which was actually perfect. I don't know, we might have needed maybe 5 more minutes or something like that, but it was really good. And I highly recommend the Oria Thermal Spa. It was just so nice to just go and relax for an hour, and it's not too bad of a cost. Yes, and I did forget, one of the questions on the last video was about pool waitresses. We didn't lay out too much by the pool just because of all the activities with the kids. But when we didn't actually get waited on. I did see a couple of pool waiters around. I'm not sure, and I apologize, but I'm not sure how easy it is to get them. We just ended up going up to the bar. So I wouldn't expect them to be plentiful around. Partly maybe because you're not allowed to take drinks into the pool or the hot tub, which we did find out when we went in the hot tub. they made us put our drinks quite far away from the hot tub, so just keep that in mind. So getting to food and drinks, just a quick note on the food. I know some will disagree with this, but once again, we had a fabulous experience with the food. It was delicious. They had some Indian food even on the buffet. Our dinners were fantastic. Even the kids absolutely loved it. One tip I will give you, in the dining room, if they have the ribs, I highly recommend them. And I really don't eat ribs that much anymore, but wow, they were fall off the bone excellent. So as far as the food goes, we absolutely loved it. One thing that I did put in my review to MSC was in regards to room service. I never do room service. I'd rather go out to the dining room even for breakfast or to the marketplace. We wanted to do a really quick breakfast, so I thought room service would be a good idea. My personal experiences, I would not do it again. There was a window from 8:30 to 9 o'clock because we had an excursion on the island, and ended up not coming till between 9:15 and 9:20, so it was a little late. We did not get everything that we asked for. We were missing items, we were missing coffee cups, and the food was kind of cold. So I would not recommend room service. That was just my personal experience. As well, there are items on the room service, even though with the Fantastica, getting room service is at no charge, that there are some things that are charged. And getting off of the ship, I hadn't checked my bill, and I was charged for about $9 worth of items for that food, for that room service, that I don't believe it had a charge to it. I think we got charged incorrectly. So a couple of tips there. Keep an eye on the actual menu, number one. Number two, definitely next time I will be going to customer service, even though I don't want to spend the time doing that, just to make sure of my bill before we get off the ship. Thankfully, they did refund me my money after I got off. I called and they put through a customer service request and they did refund the money. It's not that much money, but the breakfast really was not good. And I didn't feel like, I should be paying for it. So just a little tip on that. I want to give you all the good and the bad. My review is to try and help you out the best I can. So that's my take on room service. For dinner, just so that you know, there were vegetarian options every night. Okay, on to the lines at the bars, which a lot of people comment on. Yes, there were lines. I was expecting it, again, because of a full capacity ship, so it did not surprise me. However, with the exception of Friday, and I'll get to that in a little bit, on a Thursday to Sunday cruise, it really wasn't the lines that were irritating. It was people butting in line and not noticing or caring who was there first. That was the most frustrating part. On Saturday, I went to one of the bars that had a great idea. There was one cashier and you waited in a single line and then put your order in. That ticket was put in line of the order and you waited on the side. Now there was still a bit of a wait, don't get me wrong, but it was not frustrating because no one was cutting and you knew you were going to get your drink in the order in which you ordered it. And so I put a review into MSC. I think all bars should do something like that because it would avoid the aggravation. And I don't know, I could even see some real arguments breaking out. I certainly wouldn't do that, but I certainly wouldn't cut either. So just a thought, be patient in line. These bartenders are doing a fantastic job. They're doing the best they can. But when people are butting, they're looking down, making their drinks. They really don't know. So if they don't do that, everybody, if you're on the ship, kind of be aware of who's around and who was there first. You'll all get your drinks. But honestly, the cutting is just the most frustrating part. It really is not the lines because you got to expect to wait a little bit. You wait in bars anywhere. So pack a little patience, be kind to people. You're all on the ship to have a good time. And I think hopefully if they get things a little more organized with lines, just a one single line, it's going to be a lot better. On Friday though, the day that we went to the island, again, this is a Thursday to Sunday. Friday was our first island day. Because that's a big island day, I would say over 50% of the bars on the ship were closed. And because we had kids, we didn't spend a ton of time on the island because without excursions, there really isn't much for them to do. And the jet skis got canceled because of the weather. We had beautiful weather, but the wind, the seas were really rough. So some of the excursions got canceled. So we spent most of the time aboard the ship. And with over 50% of the bars closed, you can imagine the lines were pretty bad. Understandably so, they only have so much staff and a lot of the bartenders have to go to the island bars. But just do keep that in mind. I mentioned this a little earlier, but I just wanted to let you know the timing of it. The white night on a Thursday to Sunday was on the Saturday. So that would have been the third night of the cruise, the last night of the cruise. I highly recommend, don't miss it. It's just so much fun for everybody in the family and they just make it a blast. So I would say don't miss it. We all dressed in white and black, you know, white on the top, black on the bottom. And we have a beautiful picture to show for it. And it was just a great memory. Okay, so in conclusion, even with all the little hiccups, some of the lines, being on a full capacity ship during spring break, we had a wonderful time. It's a beautiful, beautiful memory that we share as a family. And I'm hoping that it won't be too long before we can go on another cruise, but we have some personal things going on, so I'm not sure when I'll be able to get another video to you in regards to a cruise, but I will try and keep you updated. I will probably have some other videos in the meantime, so keep an eye out. However, our next cruise will be on MSC. We really just do enjoy it for the price. I still think, even with the lines, you can't beat it. We are hoping, in view of just trying different things, so we've done the Aurea, we've done the deluxe partial view, and we would like to try, hopefully next time, Yacht Club, and so that we can give you kind of an overall view of the different experiences. But we'll see, so more to come. So once again, any questions that you have that maybe I didn't cover and that I may know from the cruise that we were on or the previous cruise that we were on, please go ahead and leave it in the comments. I do try to keep an eye on that and answer what I can. If I can, I'll let you know too, of course. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the video montage at the end. Again, I'm going to have some of the daily planners, pictures of them, and some of the pictures of the drinks that are included in the Easy package. So hopefully that will be helpful to you. And wherever you do, wherever you go, I hope that you'll be appreciative. Take care. Okay, here is a video of the lines. There's really no line, and we're just sitting waiting to get on board. It's only been about 10 minutes. Hi, okay, so Appreciative Traveler here. We had a question on shaded lounge areas, and so I'm really at the main pool, and there is a little bit right here. So I wanted to show you that. Okay, so here's the main pool, and then we have a little bit of shaded area over here with lounge chairs. And I'll continue to look as I'm on board. Okay, I don't know if this is always shaded, but we're one deck right above the main pool. Here's some more shaded areas. So there's actually a lot more than I thought. Okay, so we had to have an adjoining room. So MSC actually assigned us this room. It is an adjoining, but it turns out it is also a handicap accessible. So as you walk into the room, here's the door to get into the next room. And there is really no way to keep it open. I guess, I don't know how you would prop it open. So this is the adjoining room. There's the door. So you can see that's where the door is. Bathroom.
Welcome to a day in the life of me, Aaliyah.
And this one has a really nice balcony. You can see how large it is. It's in the corner, but it's very, very large. Okay, and here's the ramp. There is actually a little gap there that might present a little challenge. And then there's the ramp going into the room. There is also a pull-down bed. I just wanted to show you the bathroom. Bathrooms are pretty well the same in each room. So you can see it's a nice large shower. Hello. with the rails all around. Okay, and then here is the adjoining room. And this balcony is a bit smaller. Okay, and so what I learned that I didn't know before, let me see if I can get it better. That's the size of the balcony. So this room's a bit smaller, and they will not open the adjoining part unless we are docked at port. So this will not get opened until tomorrow when we are docked at Ocean Key. Okay, I just wanted to comment on something from our last video with the Oreo suite. Someone had complained that there was just a wall, so it's hard to see if you're sitting down. So we're in a deluxe partial view balcony, and these do have the, I would say, plexiglass so that you can see. So I just wanted to make a comment on that and show that. Okay, so here again is our balcony. This is on 10085 cabin, and this is with the adjoining balcony open, so you can see it provides a really big space. But 10083 obviously has a really large balcony. It's really, really nice. Now, one thing to note, we were told the first day they would not open it until we got to port, and we were docked, and then they did open it for us, but now they've left it open and we're on our way back. So I don't know if later on they're going to close it. I don't know if it's a safety regulation, but they would not open it the very first day, not till we got to Ocean Cay and we're docked. So all right, that gives you an idea of the adjoining balcony. So here is the line. The ship is 100% full. So the line for the buffet is really, really long. However, if you're not too picky, I do have a quick hint. There's an area here called Grab and Go. It has hot dogs, cheeseburgers, or hamburgers, and french fries. That's all. But look at no line at all. And we feel like we're eating really good on the ship, salads, etc. So this is what we did for lunch today. It was really, really fast. Nice little tip.